Hello guys and welcome back to another Planet Coaster video, and today this one may seem a little bit weird, but this video I'm in a park that I've never showed on this YouTube channel because it is a park that I've been working on myself for the past 2 years, 3 years, I don't know, for like a really long time. And so this park is called Dreamland, and it is what I've been working on. It's a park that I've been working on for so long, and now that Planet Coaster 2 is releasing, I decided I'm gonna do a park tour and show it on my YouTube channel. And I've opened the park, I just opened, and I can already feel the lag, but let's first of all go and enter the park through the toll gates. So this is my car, we're gonna go through toll 1. 1 ticket please, thank you. Let's just get the handicap parking, cause it's easier, and let's just go to the entrance. So, ooh, we can see our first roller coaster over there. That's a cool one. And so we're gonna need to buy some tickets. Now, the ticket area is something I will not lie, but I don't really like it so much. I winged it and I kind of finished it quick. But let's get some tickets. With the ghost lady. So, 1 ticket, please. Thank you. And I'll also take unlimited fast pass. Thank you, and let's... Oh my goodness, that is a lot of guests. So one thing we can do is call someone Tejid Cam. Where's Tejid Cam? There we go. Tejid Cam. There we go. That is so annoying. Why am I stuck on the... Okay, we're gonna choose some dude. Tejid Cam. Tejid Cam. Tejid Cam. There we go. Tejid Cam works now. So let's turn off the UI. Wait, whoops. There we go. So let's just walk like if we're normal guests. Oh, that is a lot of guests. I don't like Tejid Cam so much. Tejid Cam's like really... It's not necessarily slow, but it's like really difficult to use. So let's say hello to the... Yeah, let's enter the park now. So, there we go. We've now entered. Oh my god, guests are clipping too. So this is the main plaza, the entrance plaza. So, this first bit right here is a small eating area. We can eat food right here. And so, the first ride on our left is a chess wing. And we've also got a... Ooh, well, we can always just go see. This is the gondola cable cars, but we're not going to take that. So we're gonna go on the roller coasters. So the first roller coaster, ooh, there's a long queue. The first roller coaster is called Comet. And so this roller coaster is, we're gonna go to the entrance, but we're gonna take the fast pass. Let's just fly over the guests. And there we go. And so it is a, what is a Muck Mega Coaster. So we've just gotta wait until... Well, we can go in immediately. So currently we're sitting in the seat view. We're gonna go into front bumper view, and let's go onto this ride now. I will eventually do a cinematic video of all the POVs without me talking, but in this video I will be talking. So let's do the first drop of this Muck Mega Coaster. Oh, big turn. Now, I will be quite honest, this ride isn't the smoothest. I've made much smoother roller coaster, but this was... Oh, we're clipping through a pole. How nice. This was the first roller coaster of the park, and I'm not too like... I'm not gonna make a huge deal about it. It's okay. It's pretty good. But yeah, as you saw, there's a part of the gondola cable cars that clips through the roller coaster track, which isn't great, but there we go. We've now reached into the ride, and let's get out of... Oh, oops, I forgot about Tejid. You know what? I'm not gonna use Tejid Cam. Tejid Cam's not great. But yeah, we've now left the ride, and so let's just see an overview of Comet. So, pretty cool roller coaster. And I've also set a guest cap of 3,000, so my PC doesn't just die. But yeah, this is the ride Comet. So we can just see it go up the lift hill. But yeah, very popular, it seems. People are like instantly getting on it. This is the carousel. What else do we have? We've got Street Fox Coffee. So this is a main entrance plaza, and this entire area is Alpine themed. But we do have a roller coaster that's kind of got a different theme, and that ride is the Dragon Rider. It's a kiddie coaster, so we can always just ride it. It's not that interesting, but let's just go on the kiddie coaster. Let's just fast forward until the ride goes. So it's probably gonna take quite a while since people aren't apparently whoops. Clipping through some grass. Nothing to see here, chaps. But yeah, this is the kiddie coaster. It's called Dragon Rider. It's not that interesting, but like we can always ride it. So yeah, there we go. It's really smooth actually, because I used the 4-meter smoothing technique on a kiddie coaster. I don't know why, but yeah, this ride is very smooth. I really like it, and so there we go. This is the end of the ride. That's it. So I think that's enough for Dragon Rider. It's only a couple guests. It's not that interesting. But next, we're just gonna continue through. So we've got this. Also, one thing I really like about Comet is that there's a path going all around the roller coaster. So it's almost like it's great pathway and roller coaster interaction. And this gondola cable car is very popular apparently. The queue isn't even long enough. I thought it would flow faster, but yeah. And oh, the queue is filling up very fast. There's a very big queue, and for some reason, I don't know why, but the guests just don't work with the pathways. I think because I used the pathway glitch, I think the guests probably won't be able to use the pathways properly. But yeah, let's go this way through the forest, and we're going to go into another themed land, and this is a Greek mythology land. So this is a Greek land, so Greek themed area, and we've got a big RMC woody hybrid coaster, I should say. So in my head canon, this was once a normal wooden coaster, and it was a retracked by RMC, and we can just fly over the gas through the fast pass, and there we go. We're now in the ride station, and now we just gotta wait for the ride to come in. It's called Poseidon's Rage. Oh no, I'm getting a lot of like comments about things. Oh, we've got a really high prestige rating, but there we go. The ride is here, and now we can get on board. So let's just wait for guests to get out. So yeah, this ride looks really good, but yeah, there's quite a lot of queue. So we better get in quick. There we go. And now I'm just gonna fast forward until the ride. There we go. And now, so the first part of this ride is a big turn, and then we go into a big lift hill. So that's the lift hill. We can just wait a little bit. It's not that long, but yeah. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm scared about my voice, if it's too loud or too quiet or anything, but yeah. So we're gonna go into the first drop, and this first drop is a 90-degree drop, so it's vertical drops. So that's cool, and ooh, there we go. It's not very tall. It's only about like 30 or so meters, but yeah. Oh, it's got a small airtime hill right here, and we've got this weird sort of like barrel roll turn. And then we've got a small airtime hill that goes into a 0G roll. And a couple of banked airtime hills going to this banked turn. And then this kind of little double up. And then some turns. And then we've also got some jets of water too that spray when you reach certain parts of the rides. Like right here. Are we going to see it? There we go. We got hit by water. We're wet now. Oh. Well, it's fine. But we've reached the station, so yeah, it's really nice. I actually really like this roller coaster, because I had an original layout and I didn't like it that much, so I redesigned the layout, and I much like this new layout. So let's just go down, and yeah, the plaza right here is a little bit like bumpy. Oh my god, my vendors. The vendors are always leaving. Oh my god, no. But we're gonna continue down, and this is probably the one area of the park that I'm really like, I would redo it if I had time, but I don't have time. This is the Pirates Cove, and it's basically a small area, and the only ride here is a log flume. But yeah, I really don't like this area of the park. It's just I rushed it and it's not good. Like, look at the buildings. Look at how undetailed they are. So it's a log flume. That's a pirate-themed log flume. So we can get in onto this pirate-themed log flume. Oh! There we go. This is the start of the ride. So unfortunately we skipped the station bit, but there wasn't much. And so we're in this log flume and we're now we should go into the seat view. Oh. You know what? Let's go into the front bumper. There we go. It's better. So yeah, this log flume kind of like the first bit is kind of a big lift hill that goes up into a big mountain with a big, so if you can see a ship right there. And so next we're gonna have a big drop that goes into a cave. So let's get into that right now. So oh. Yeah, honestly I think the seat view would be better, but we've got the big log, so it's not great. And oh, we're in the water. Hi, nice. One thing I really like about Planet Coaster 2 is the improvements to water rides. Like the log flumes in Planet Coaster 2 have like actual like elevator lifts, which is really cool. And we're now into the cave area of the ride, which got a lot of like it's got like a storyline about like the pirates. So basically the story is basically some pirates are imprisoned and then they like escape the prison and have like a fight with like guards and stuff. It's very basic, but it's kind of cool. I like what I came up with. And so they're like fighting and everything, and they've now left the prison and they're looking for the treasure, and they found the treasure. So that's end of story. It's not a very long story, but yeah. I think that's my favorite part about this log flume. It's just the cave area. And now we're kind of just moving back up to the station. So this bit is like an incline upwards. So the flume kind of just like slows down. Are we gonna make it? I hope we do make it. And there we go. We did make it. And this is the station building. The station building is another thing that I feel like I could do better. I could do a lot better. And we've now reached the station building. There we go. I wish we could have like round turntables as station buildings, but yeah, it's fine. And now we're just gonna go on the bridge and leave the ride. And we're now gonna go to another part of the park. We're gonna leave the mythology area and the mythology and pirates cove. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the mythology area also has a flat ride called Neptune's Power, so that's cool. Overview. Oh, I wish I had a priority pass. Well, that's your problem. You should have just gotten a priority pass, you dumb. I think the priority passes in this game are a little bit glitchy. Luckily in Planet Coaster 2 they've been fixed, so that's nice. So now let's track back. Let's actually look at the... Oh, the queue is full. Yeah, the queue is full. That's bad. And the gondola cable cars is nearly full. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, now we're gonna go into another area. So we're gonna follow. And we're gonna go to the main centerpiece, which is this big tower that I made. So how about before we go into any big rides, let's go into the tower first. So it's not that difficult. You just go through here, and probably no one's been on the tower, but we can just go. And we could take the staircase, but I think I'm just gonna take the imaginary elevator. So going up the tower, and there we go. We've reached the top of the tower, and we really have a nice view of the forest and the entire atmosphere. It's really nice. So you can kind of take... This is an opportunity to take an overview of the park. I will do a final overview at the end of the video, but this is just a basic overview for now, so you guys can see. So now I'm just gonna jump down, and I've got a parachute, so we can just... Woo! There we go. Gracefully gliding into the next bit of the park, which is the sci-fi area of the park. Now, this sci-fi area is actually really nice, but once again, I'm not so proud of it. Like, look at how bad. See, I think one thing I like about this park is that it shows my progress. Like, you can see from the earlier areas, which were built back when I was much newer to the game, you can see how bad I was at building, and you're gonna see from the later sections, like the Japanese and the fairy tale section, how much I've improved. But yeah, the sci-fi section, I think my favorite part about the sci-fi section is the lockers I've made. And I think the biggest and most ironic thing is The roller coaster is called Orbit. There we go, you can see Orbit. But I don't know how. It took me so long to realize that I wrote Obit and not Orbit. And it took me like, I don't know how long, but like I only realized it like a few months ago that I wrote Obit instead of Orbit. Like, this mistake has been here for years, maybe like months and months, and I've never realized. And I'm gonna leave it because it's quite funny. But yeah, as you can see, the buildings here are quite generic. It's not that interesting, so we're just gonna get on the ride and we will take the fast pass. The fast pass, you know what, we're gonna take the regular queue and just jump over everyone, because the fast pass isn't very nice. And oh yeah, mind your head, because this area is quite shallow, quite like the roof is quite low, but I did measure. Oh no, don't go. Let's quickly, oh no, nothing to see here, chaps. We're just gonna wait until the next train arrives. So we're just gonna wait here, and here's the next train. So this is a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. So let's get into it. It's a launched Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. And basically the ride is called Orbit. And so as you can see, we launch through a tunnel, and then yeah, we go up into a couple of turns and Immelman, and then we've got this like turn that goes into a barrel roll. Honestly, this ride, although it's much smoother than Comet, the G-forces are a little bit unrealistic, because once again, this ride was made when I was much newer to the game, so I was much more unfamiliar with like the G-forces and stuff, and like how realistic coasters are supposed to be made. But yeah, it's okay, it's not the best. I can accept it, but yeah, let's get out of the ride. It's actually quite nice still. It's not that bad. The scenery rating is high, that's good. But now we're just gonna get off the roller coaster. Wait, do the guests hit that head? No, they don't. No, they don't. And so this part is actually quite nice, but this part also has a big, very spooky sort of flat ride. It's called Spaceship. So yeah. And now the next bit is, we're not gonna go to the Japanese bit yet. We're gonna go into the tropical bit first. So this, I really like the tropical area, because I just feel like everything just felt so nice. But like the buildings do look quite generic, but I just really like it. And wow, why is there such a queue for this flying umbrellas? That's weird. Okay, a lot of staff are quitting, and this is bad, but like I don't care. And now we're gonna go into this next roller coaster called Wave Surfer. Like, Wave Surfer, really nice roller coaster. I really like that. So now we're just gonna skip. We're gonna skip the queue. This queue is quite basic, and we're gonna go straight up into the roller coaster, fly over the people. And how do I? Oh, there we go. That's how you get on Wave Surfer. And we're gonna get onto the ride itself. So it's a B&M. It's a B&M flawless coaster. Old generation, because it has the pre-drop. And I also really like this coaster, but once again, I just feel like, again, this is a really old ride that I made once when I was much newer to the game. So I just feel like a lot of things could have been improved, but I just really like it. It's about like 40 meters tall about. And yeah, this bit is really intense, and the big dive loop is also quite intense. The ride itself is very intense, I must not lie. Like, you can see that like I wasn't very good at building roller coaster back then, but yeah, it's okay. It's very, again, like most of these roller coasters are okay, but I could make them better. But once again, the thing is, I've spent so much time on this theme park that like there's a literal gap in terms of skill of like when I was really bad at the game and now I'm like really good at it. I don't want to say I'm good at the game, but like I've definitely improved. But yeah, and this is the end of the ride. And I will be quite honest, one thing is that a lot of the roller coasters right now look much rougher than they actually are, and that's just because of the fact that like there are so many guests in the park, and that makes the entire park very, very laggy, and the POVs end up being super laggy. But yeah, another thing I like is like the plaza here. I've added like a couple of little houses and things to just fall into this like not tiki theme but like tropical theme. I like this area, and we've also got the flying umbrellas and a little eating area. And by the way, every single themed land / themed area has a facility center with toilets, nurse room info, and some eating stations. And now this is probably one of the areas that I'm most proud of, and it is the Japanese area. I just feel like it just felt so well. It's so good. I love it so much. It's so good. I'm gonna take an overview of it. Look at the Japanese area. I love it so much. It's got like a big pagoda over there. Then we've got like a hill and rocks, and this is a B&M inverted roller coaster, and it's one of my proudest roller coasters. Although there are some bits that I could always do better, I just feel like it's almost perfect. And this is the first roller coaster I've ever used mods to make. So we're gonna fly over the queues just to go in. So yeah, this was one of the first roller coasters I've ever made using mods. So I used the 2-meter smoothing technique, and now we're just waiting for the roller coaster to come back in. So yeah, it's a B&M inverted roller coaster, 9 cars. And so this is, as I said, one of my proudest, because like I use the 2-meter smoothing technique, and it's just so smooth. But like, I think my downside is probably the speed, the velocity of the ride, because unfortunately, you're gonna see the lift hill goes very fast, because at the end of the ride, the roller coaster didn't have enough velocity, so I had to just make the lift hill basically a launch. But yeah, look, it's so smooth. Now it does appear much rougher just because of how laggy the game is, but it's so smooth. I just love it. And look at the 0G roll. Oh, I'm so proud of that bit. Although there are a couple of rough bits, the 0G roll, it's so smooth. The dive loop, a little bit more rough, and as you can see, this is why I had to make the lift hill so fast, because you saw right there how like slow I went through the 0G roll, and how slow we're gonna go through this Immelman. Although it's a little bit rough here and there, I just really like this ride. It's just really good. And yeah, yeah, there we go, right there. And we've finished the Japanese section of the park. Whoops. And we can get off the ride onto the other side of the station and go down right there. And one thing I really like about this queue is the fact that you basically just pass under the roller coaster. That's something cool. We're actually gonna wait for the roller coaster to come under us. There we go. Let's just wait down here, and this is nice. It's a little bit like Nemesis. Nemesis at Alton Towers, but yeah. So this is the Japanese section. We've got this flat ride called Dragon Wheel. Not popular at all. Nobody's interested. But this is the Japanese section. One of the nicest sections, and we have 3,000 guests right now, and the staff are really depressed. You know what? It's their problem. I may need to hire more vendors. Let's just add some vendors right here. Staff. Let's add some vendors so that they can just go find their place. And there we go. And so we've got a couple of facilities. It's really nice. I really like the building and the themes I went with, because I did it so well right here. I'm just really proud of myself. Now we're gonna go through, and there's even this little Japanese garden with a little bridge, but the guests can't use it. And I'll keep this area for last, because this is definitely the proudest I've ever been of a single themed area in Planet Coaster. So we're gonna go through this area first. This is the Egyptian area. Now, a little bit less popular, and one thing I like about this Egyptian area is I've came up with a new hypothetical roller coaster type. Dude, there are no vendors. That is insane. New hypothetical roller coaster type, and I've called it a B&M family flying coaster, because I feel like flying coasters are something that I feel are really fun, but generally only reserved for like tall people, and I just feel like a family version would just be so cool. So this is my hypothetical family family flying coaster. We already do have a family wing coaster in Germany, but this is a family flying coaster. It's a really cool coaster, but I don't know how the restraints would work, but there is one inversion. Now the queue is a little bit messy here, so I'll just skip the queue and go into the building. And I think one thing I tried to do was at the time of me making the station, Silverette started a series called Arabats of Arabia, and for the station he basically used the approach of building the interior first and then the exterior on top, and I tried that. It didn't go very well, but I think it's cool. And another thing you can notice is this is one of the only buildings in the entire theme park that uses TMTK. It uses items from the Steam Workshop, and although I'm a little bit guilty for using it, it's because like an Egyptian theme with the base things in Planet Coaster would just be impossible. But let's just ride it now. So let's just get ready to ride it. So I don't know when guests are going to come in. Ooh, I think it's time to go. What was that? I don't know what that was, but I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. Someone, please just get on. There we go. And so this first bit is a small lift hill that goes into this kind of like shallow turn, and just really like the flying feel of the roller coaster, and that's why I made a family version. And I think my favorite thing about this roller coaster is just how it interacts with the entire plaza, because it literally flies over the guest path and it goes into this dark ride area that I never finished. I never actually got to doing the interior because I just got lazy. I just was uninterested, so I just kind of did a mock-up interior. But yeah, it's quite nice. Honestly, for me, I think this Egyptian area was once again another area that I just felt like I really rushed it and I really winged it, and it's like it didn't go very well. Like the buildings are all very similar. The buildings are all very basic. We do have this small drop tower, it's a launch tower, I guess. And this one's really cool, but yeah. Egyptian area, not a fan of. And now it's time for the very last roller coaster of the park, because after that we're gonna be done with the roller coaster. Not done with the tour yet, but done with the roller coaster. And this is the last area. And it's so new that I literally finished it yesterday before me recording the tour. So as you can see, this part of the area, although I'm so proud of it, it's unfinished. As you can see, like I never finished the plaza areas. As you can see, it's still like got the big gaps in it. I didn't know how to fill the gaps, but yeah. So this is the fairy tale magical area, and I love this so much. I love the buildings. I love everything about. I love the roller coaster so much. The roller coaster is a launched B&M wing coaster, and it's just this part of the park it just went so well. I just really like it. It's like the best part of the park, and we're gonna go on Dream Chaser, the B&M launch wing coaster, and I think the only thing I've got to criticize about this part of the park is the fact that I never finished the interior of the station and the queue, because I never had time and I never had motivation to do the interior. I just felt like the exterior was more than enough for me, and I just really like the exterior. I'm gonna show it again later, but we're just gonna go in and look at the interior. You can literally see the roofs, the everything. It's really bad, but yeah. And this is the station interior. I did a little bit in interior. Now the black bits were supposed to be like they were supposed to be like flags, and I was gonna put like custom billboards, but I never got to do that. But I think my favorite part are the hanging lanterns and the girders and how just grand the interior of the station is. I really like the station interior. Even if it's relatively unfinished, I just really like it. And now the ride is gonna get in, so we're just gonna get onto the roller coaster. And another bit is this interior area, the tunnel. I was supposed to do a dark ride sort of thing, but I never did it just because of the fact that the area itself isn't dark. Like Planet Coaster doesn't make dark interiors, and that's the problem with it. It's just not dark, and that's why I don't like it. But yeah, I think it's still amazing, and it's a launched And I just really like this. I just really like the scenery and everything. This is my favorite roller coaster. It is amazing. I made it with the 4-meter smoothing technique, and I love it so much. So here we go. The launch is amazing, and oh, I love how you just launch out of the tunnel through the fog, and then round those big buildings and everything. And it's just, this ride is so relentless, and it's like, this is the peak of my like skill in Planet Coaster. Like, that was a point when I was like confident with like building roller coasters and building like themed areas. And it just, oh yeah, I also really like this tunnel and those those head choppers and this tunnel. And we've also got this big hill, and this is my favorite part. It's a splashdown. This is so cool. And we go through this little helix that goes over the path, and a final head chopper / inline roll and into the brake run. And this ride is amazing. There's nothing wrong about the roller coaster. I love it so much. I planned it, and I just made so many new versions of it. I'm so proud. I love it so much. This is my favorite ride of the entire park. And we're gonna take a better look at the exterior. Look at the castle. I love it so much. The castle, it's amazing. We've even got like lockers, and we've got like information booths. We've got everything. I love this so much. Are there any guests? I mean, any staff in here? Nope. This is amazing. And let's just wait until we can see the this is a special point. This is where you can take photos of the ride going through the what's it called again? The splashdown. So we're just gonna fast forward. There we go. Oh, this is amazing. This is so cool. It gets so close to the guests. That's why I love so much. And here's a restaurant. We've got a couple shops, and the vendors are constantly quitting. Great. And I love this part of the park so much. And we're gonna get back to the and one thing I made is a gondola cable car, so that it's easier, because this part of the park is very far from the entrance. So we can take the gondola cable cars. There's a long queue to get from this part of the park all the way till, oh, that's weird. Well, I don't know what happened, but I got into a gondola cable car, and this is what I have. I don't care, but like, we're just gonna pretend like you saw nothing. So this gondola cable car goes all the way from the entrance of the park, from the Alpine area, all the way to the mystical fairy tale area. And there we go. So we're now coming down into the station building. I'm just gonna leave it from here. And unfortunately, Planet Coaster doesn't work the way I think it would. So we're just gonna like fly all the way back to the area. Oh, there we go. We've gotten out of the cable car and just pretend like nothing happened. And yeah, we're back at the entrance. We're back where we started. And the queues. Yeah, there's a lot of queue. Oh, there's a lot of queues. I'm just taking a look of the different areas of the park. Wow. This theme park is really that good. And we've got a little bit of monorail congestion, because we've got 2 monorails. So the next thing we're gonna do is go to the park hotel. So we can take, we're not gonna go on the monorail. So we've got 2 monorails. So the red line is a monorail that goes to a hypothetical car park that is further away from the actual, because this car park is way too small for a decently sized park. This is way too small. Like, this car park is way too small. So there's a hypothetical car park further away, but you will need to take a monorail to get to the park from this car park. So that's how it works. I got the idea from Matt Lown. Thank you, Matt Lown. And now we're going to take the blue line to go all the way to the park hotel, because you need to take a monorail to go to the park hotel. And here's the park hotel. And honestly, it's okay, but it's not got anything special. It's a very modern, a little bit hidden in the woods. I think the best thing is probably the view, because you get a really good view of the, like, of the roller coaster of Poseidon's Rage right here. Amazing view. Let's take a good look at the roller coaster. Look at that. That is so cool. Yeah, that is so cool. I would like to be in this hotel. But it depends on your room. Like, if this is your room, it's a little bit annoying. But imagine, like, this room right here too isn't great. Actually, still okay. It's actually really okay. It's actually still good. Yeah, the eating areas, nah. I think the best room is probably right in the middle, right here, because you're really close to this roller coaster. Amazing. But yeah, this is the Park Hotel, and a lot of forest. I basically just spammed a bunch of trees and duplicated trees. Yeah, that's how I make forest. And we're gonna take the monorail back all the way to the home, I guess. And look at the backstage area. Now, this is the one thing that I don't like about this park, is that I never actually finished the backstage. I started it and never finished it because I just didn't have time and I didn't have motivation for the backstage area. So I just made a small car park, a couple of warehouses, and that's really it. There's not much to the backstage, but yeah. And this is the car park, car park area. We've got bus car park and handicap car park, and we've also got ticket booth area, and this is the entrance. So it's just really nice. I really like this theme park, and I'm just so proud of it. It's just been several years, maybe not several years, but it's been a few years of hard work, and I'm just so happy it's over, and I'm so happy of what it is, even if it's not as complete as I would want it to be, and as much as there are things that I want to improve. I think it's okay. Things don't have to be like perfect all the time. It doesn't have to be completely finished. There's always gonna be a little bit of unfinished things, and that's the beauty of having a sequel to Planet Coaster, because we're gonna have a sequel to Planet Coaster called Planet Coaster 2 very soon. So get ready for that. But yeah, I think there's not much to show anymore, so I think I'm just gonna do a final big overview shot. Turn off the UI, and this is the overview. It's basically the entire footprint that is possible to make a park in Planet Coaster 1. And there's a lot of forest. There is a lot of forest. And it's really it's glorious. I love this park. I'm so proud of what I've gotten. And this is worthy of a relatively ugly screenshot. Let's take that, because, like, look at the trees. It's so much lag that the screenshot won't even load up. This is so nice. I might take a screenshot later. I will close the theme park and close everything and just make a cinematic where, like, I might keep the guests in, but just so that we can have, like, much smoother POVs that aren't, like, so laggy. Let's take a nice screenshot right here. I'm gonna take screenshots later. Finally, finally it loaded up. Let's take a screenshot of the entire park. And I'm so sad to leave. I won't be doing a tour of a what's it called again? Snowy Land. And I won't do a tour of the Snowy Land and Wrathland, because I've already done tours of that, so you can just go see that later. And it's just, I think I will put this on the Steam Workshop so you guys can go see it yourself. But yeah, it's time for Planet Coaster 2, and it's time to say goodbye to Dreamland. And I will make the cinematic soon, but I don't know when it's gonna come out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. It was really nice doing this park tour of a park that I've never shown. So yeah, I guess goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.